We have her ready. We are going to be good to go here. Paradin Rumble, Deadpool Army versus the Merry Thralls. There, I was trying to say Glowwater Men? No. What? No. Papa, tell us about Paradin Rumble.
I'm pretty sure that's not the right map because I'm pretty sure they put the glow back in the middle. At least last time I wandered on a Paraton, they did. But this map goes one of two ways. Either they're fighting in the middle, or they're coasting around the edge of map, and lots of shenanigans happen with them hitting like an invisible wall, which can have quite a bit of problems. Yeah, I was right. They did put the glow back in the middle.
Okay, yeah.
No more building with two throttling points. I mean, I would have been fine with them just lowering that building a couple of floors, you know?
Going over the ships here real quick, the Deadpool Airlines. It is a Metamidian Gat Mortar front with the side being an Artemis and a Carronade. Second ship, the IKEA. We have a Gat Mortar Metamidian with a side of... That's a Flamethrower and a Flare Gun. Why don't you tell us about the Blue Mary Thralls ships?
On the Thank You Caroline, we have a Gat mortar up front with a flamer flare on the left. On the Othello, we have a Watch a Goldfish with Artemis on the left and Gat on the right.
I have flown
It
on
should
the
be
Othello before. It is a wonderful ship. I love it. I absolutely adore how Sox pilots. We've actually had him on the air here once or twice, too. Good guy. Friend of the show. Looks like both teams are just skirmishing around the world for now. I'm not sure any spots have gone down just yet. I don't see any. Honestly, with the cloud cover going on right now, has the teams spotted each other at all yet?
No, there's an immense amount of traveling cloud cover on this.
The Deadpool Army ships are out in the middle of... outside cloud cover, rather. I'm trying to speak correctly. It is completely exposed, while the Othello and the Thank You Caroline are well hidden for the moment. They're just...
Well, I mean, when you're sitting in clouds, the other team's kind of hidden too.
True. Very true. They're just happy to hold back here in this little cubbyhole. I'm trying to get a good image of it here. Thank You Caroline.
Othello's going to have a very bad time if the IKEA ends up sneaking in around, but blue team getting spots first. That should help. I know, isn't spectating on maps with lots of clouds a living hell?
It is. I remember spectating on the what I forget the map name, but it's the capture point ship, the capture point map with one capture point in the very center, inside the big wreck. And I cannot remember that. But it's a map that took over 45 minutes, and we just had constant dust clouds going in and out. Made it a pain to try and record. Othello is having some pot shots made against it here by the IKEA. Nothing big to speak of, though. No fires. Oh, fire just started on the balloon now that I say that. Thank You, Caroline.
Thank You, Caroline is right underneath him. He could be just trying to bait him in.
I agree 100%. The Caroline is setting a trap for whichever ship drops in on it first. It looks like it might be the IKEA. Deadpool Airlines is getting into a firing position against the Thank You Caroline, though. It has been spotted at this point. The trap was unsuccessful due to being spotted.
There's that watch first. Deadpool Airlines having a very bad go of it right now. 2v1, K&M IKEA trying to help get his teammate off.
Ooh, gentle bump.
Not doing a lot.
Gentle bump from the Thank You Caroline, and that was all for the Deadpool Airlines. Honestly, I don't think that was a gentle bump. I'm going to be honest here.
Yeah, man, you have a very skewed method of measurement for bumps.
Fire going out all over the IKEA right now. We should see another Hawacha burst from the Othello here very shortly. IKEA doing everything in their power to try and disable that Hawacha before anything worse can happen, but... Oh, there goes! There goes the Hawacha burst. Fire coming in from the Thank You Caroline as well. IKEA is not long for this world.
And the biggest problem is the IKEA's front weapons, that Artemis Banshee, I believe it was.
Oh, they switched over to Art Banshee?
Not doing a whole lot. Well, yeah, he's running Artemis something. I believe it's a Banshee.
I will check this. They come back. Come on. Go on back in. I thought they were going meta. Oh no, they did not go meta minion. They do have that Banshee Artemis. I could have sworn that we were going
Deadpool
all
Airlines
minion.
is Metavidi, I'm pretty sure.
Right.
Yep.
Yes.
But yeah, not able to keep up with the DPS. I mean, as soon as Thank You Caroline gets that hull armor down on one of them, Othello just drums in with that Watcher Barrage, doing all that explosive damage to the hull, really, culling, culling the meek, as it were.
And again, Socks, I've flown with him many a time. He's an expert pilot. He knows exactly how to get that Hwacha in perfect arc for his gunner. Actually, are they flying with the... Yes, they are flying with the gunner right now. Ober Jarl Regato. Striker Ober Jarl Regato, to be specific. Othello is just sitting outside the clouds, probably trying to bait a trap once again. That did not work out in their favor. Forehand. Oh no, he was just spotting. Never mind. Reading too much into it. Thank you, Caroline, sitting below the building line, though. Or just slightly.
So apparently I lied. Sacrilege. That was the first game, and Sacrilege now just won one game. So they're on their second
Oh my
game
god.
of the series. Oh,
We're gonna get the second match of the semifinals done before the first one begins at this rate. Wow.
I mean, possibly. At least there'll be a game. Yeah, we'll have F before E, apparently. If A doesn't finish beforehand.
Frightening concept. Minor shots going out against the Othello. One of its guns has been disabled. I do believe that is the Hwacha. They are not in a position to use it in the first place, though, so not too terribly much lost with that
Deadpool
disabled.
Airlines is in a good ambushing spot, but he's got to watch that one post. He was covered completely in cloud cover, but
I'm also
okay, maybe not as good flanking as I thought.
I'm also really curious what the IKEA is doing back here. I'm also told that the KNM means Koreans North Municipal IKEA.
I sincerely hope so.
That's what Feast on Thrones has told me, and I trust him. For better or worse.
I mean, yeah, he's a gentleman.
Don't have Byron here, you say that. Deadpool Airlines has been caught behind or in front of the Thank You Caroline. It has its engine column exposed. Othello and Thank You Caroline spring the trap around the Deadpool Airlines. Nasty Hwacha burst going out. Thank You Caroline moving in for the kill. IKEA
And you can
has to
expect
play
the Hwacha
catch up.
And you can expect a Hwacha to go straight across the back of that, and there he goes.
Ouch. Painful situation. The Merry Thralls are now up 3-0 in this game over the Deadpool Army. Korean North Municipal IKEA is now reeling backwards, doing its best to get out of this 2v1 scenario. Deadpool Airlines has spawned in very close.
Yeah, there's no way they're going to go through those clouds to try and find them. I mean, the clouds obscure so much of the terrain in this map. You have to be so wary when you're going. I mean, I rarely ever travel more than, second power setting if I'm flying.
Deadpool Airlines has engaged the Othello, while the Thank You Caroline originally tried to engage the IKEA, but it looks like it might be turning its guns. Nope, they are happy to engage the IKEA. It's now a 1v1 situation with Thank You Caroline against the IKEA and the Deadpool Airlines against the Othello.
And this is the disjointed engage that red team needed. Othello's slowly starting to get chipped away. You can see the gunner there aiming for the Hwacha, disabling it, and then getting that ram, which completely evaporated him. Thank You, Caroline's now hung out to dry in this 2v1.
Apology for the lag spike, guys. Unfortunately, but the connection issues, not a lot we can do about it. Thank You, Caroline. Sitting back underneath these clouds, I do not believe the Deadpool army has a very good shot at catching them at this point. They are far enough away and obscured enough where Othello is going to be able to get to them before any major situation occurs.
You never know. I mean, spawns, depending on who's using them, how aggressive they want to be. I mean, there's a lot of factors that weigh into where someone wants to spawn, and it adds a completely different dynamic to strategy.
Byron Cavendish says he hears everything. Redria, we don't dictate. We don't care which side the pictures are on. I should have put. Yeah, you're right. Never mind.
Foresight.
We'll do that eventually. We're busy. Othello taking some pot shots against the IKEA. That Hawacha is still functional. IKEA is taking a lot of fire, but weathering it extremely well. I'm actually shocked that no components broke there.
And a little bit of a love tap on the blue team managed to throw Thank You Caroline's arcs off just a tad bit, but now he's getting Holy, just needs to use that mortar, that Hawacha.
There it goes. Just a little more.
Armor's
Thank You
back
Caroline using that meta to its extreme advantage. A ram going out against the IKEA, bumping it out of arc though from the Thank You Caroline.
Othello needs to start coming forward, try to get past the Deadpool Airlines. And there he is. You can see him moving forward, just going right over top of the Pyramidion. That's exactly what he needed to do. Beautiful piloting, but he is changing targets now.
Yeah, both the Thank You Caroline and the Othello have changed their targets to the Deadpool Airlines, leaving the IKEA, although heavily damaged, not disabled enough to be ignored, at least in my opinion. Oh, nasty ram on the Othello!
Ram.
Wow, double takedown.
Play. I actually agree with Blue's choice there to switch targets because the other red ship was the main damage dealer. I mean, he's rocking Banshee and Artemis, which isn't doing a whole lot against them right now, so they're perfectly content just leaving them alone, very damaged, and trying to get that one kill off Deadpool Airlines. Leaving them to get the weaker target for the final kill. Excellent play.
Very skillful play by the... What is the team again? The Merry Thralls. Deadpool Army go down 5-2. Congratulations, Fiasco Total and Master left 2 left socks. Probably the shortest game we've actually had today so far. Surprising. Very surprising.
Yeah. I mean, I would have expected Duel at Dawn to be way quicker, but you're right.
Loading the match here shortly. We'll get the ship loadouts for you really quick, just to see them live. First up, we have the Deadpool Airlines we saw previously. We're going to see it again. Gat Mortar on the front. Then we have an Artemis Carronade on the side. In the 2 slot, we have the KNM, the Korean North Municipal IKEA. I cannot get enough of that. They switched over to a standard Gat Mortar meta with an Artemis Carronade on the side as well. Go ahead and tell us about the blue ships here, Papa.
On the Othello, we have a Carronade Goldfish, also called the Jackfish. We have a Mortar on the left, Flamer on the right, and on the Thank You Caroline, we have a Metamidian with Flamer Flare on the left. I feel like as soon as you put a flare on the side of your Pyramidion, I feel like it gets neglected. A lot of teams don't bother using it once they throw it on there.
Combat already happening in this tiny little ravine here. Thank You, Caroline, and the Othello positioning around where the KNM, IKEA, and the Deadpool Airlines is grouped up.
Can Deadpool Airlines fit through there? I think he could, but he's not willing to come through. I think that would be a grave mistake.
It would be a grave mistake. I agree completely. Putting yourself through that tiny little hole gives people a direct shot on you. And then all of a sudden, Othello pops your balloon, you're stuck in the canyon, and you're already dead.
Exactly. I mean, Othello, if I was Othello, I wouldn't be, approaching that, because once you scare them off with the blender fish, they're not going to be stupid enough to come in after that. But K&M IKEA is getting turned around here. A very rough time. I'm surprised Blue Team didn't switch focus there.
Great focused fire so far from the Thank You Caroline. Othello has taken some pot shots with that heavy carronade. They are buffing the shit out of it right now. Deadpool Airlines is forced to retreat after having taken at least a little bit of permahull damage.
So I wouldn't be surprised if we saw, both teams just kind of go their separate ways. I'm not expecting them to, willingly go through this cavern.
Mm-hmm.
Although I could be wrong as Thank You Caroline starts approaching.
He's going for it. Is he going to actually go through, though, is the real question. No, he is retreating. He is reversing thrusters. Deadpool Airlines has taken too many pot shots, focusing that Gat right on the Thank You Caroline. Just a little too much damage for that captain to tolerate.
Deadpool Airlines reining that Gat in. They gotta pick a different strategy because neither of them are willing to commit to this because they know it's a death sentence the minute you get in between. Because the minute you try and get in between there, you're gambling that you're not gonna get stuck, gambling that you're not gonna have two guns shooting at you immediately, which is pretty shit gamble.
Yeah, it's a gamble that's gonna go wrong no matter what direction you're pointing it. The first person to
That's
commit
like
to going
buying a
through,
lottery ticket.
yeah, the first person to commit from going through is going to be dead. The Othello and the Thank You Caroline have backed up incredibly from that, and it looks like they're trying to draw the Deadpool ships out and through it. Oh god, if they take the bait here, it will be curtains for their ships. I do not see that working out in favor.
I agree completely. Deadpool Airlines looks like he might be trying to go through the bottom. This is one of the most indecisive, wallflower, passive aggressive.
Oh, we had a hull break.
Engagement.
The Thank You Caroline had too much fire focused on it. They are shooting out of the situation there. Just a little too dangerous for them.
I mean, he's trying to fight against two DPS boats, and he's got a carronade fish beside him, but he has no way of engaging against them.
Again, as soon as one of those Deadpool ships comes through that canyon, Othello is going to murder them.
I mean, optimally, Othello is going to catch them right as they're trying to come through.
Absolutely. Pin them right in that canyon, force them to be right up against both the walls here, geometry just crushing that ship.
Exactly. Then you have the world doing a part of your work, and you can see blue team being like, "This is stupid," going backwards. We're done with this.
The Glowwater, the Merry Thralls are saying, "Come at me, bro." At this point, they want the Deadpool army to overcommit in this situation.
Can you imagine what's going through Red Team's head right now? Like, where do they go? They're not.
What the hell do we do? Deadpool Airlines is swinging the far way around these rocks. Scoping out exactly what's going on. As you can see from this perspective. Ace Rimmer saying, wow, on one stream the long range snipe, on this one the brawl snipe.
Yeah. Yeah. Byron saying, yeah, and the gents are first to finish. This is some, like, apocalypse shit going on here, man.
Something wrong has happened. We have had a space-time continuing issue, guys. The gents finished their match before anyone else did.
Against Mad Hatters, no less.
Someone divided by 0. God damn it, who did it? Speak up in chat if you divided by 0, guys. We need to fix this. Othello and Thank You Caroline are swinging back around to where the Deadpool army ships were.
No.
Whereas the Deadpool army ships have swung around to where the Merry Thralls were. This is a little too crazy. I've had a couple followers here on the twitch.tv page. Thank you guys for joining us so far. Glad to have you here. Thank you for the follows, the Afrayer and Bones6122. Appreciate your support, guys. Deadpool Airlines, they have to be thinking, what the hell's going on? They just got spotted. Thank You Caroline and Deadpool Airlines each just got spotted. Both teams have to be like, tough situation where they essentially exchanged positions. Othello's taken a little bit of fire, but not bad so far.
You see Deadpool Airlines using that side Artemis to try and get that front gun out, and he ended up hitting it, so Othello is pretty much useless. If Thank You Caroline tries to initiate off of this, he could be in for a potentially very bad time.
Deadpool Airlines and IKEA doing a good job so far of forcing the Merry Thralls into a less than stellar position. Although I'm very curious if Othello is going to commit to going straight through that pass at this point. Because that would be funny if it was finally used.
Oh, Deadpool Airlines committing, but K&M IKEA getting disjointed by ramming off of the canyon part there. So Othello could potentially jump right in on top of Deadpool Airlines. He's flanking behind them. I'm actually very appreciative of this, but it's whether Thank You Caroline can end up.
Oh, solid
tanking
ram!
both of them.
Oh my god, Deadpool Airlines goes down to a ram against the rocks there, and IKEA is in a very destructive, nasty 2v1 scenario. Othello bringing up that carronade to obliterate that balloon. Whoa, Thank You Caroline goes down. Metamidian fire was just too much for the already damaged Thank You Caroline. Othello is going in to try and finish the job before anything else can happen.
Everything is going wrong for Othello right now. I mean, he had the drop on the IKEA, but when he went for the ram, he just tapped him, and then his engine hit the canyon, which threw his arcs again. Very rough stuff.
Isn't the Othello like a play or something?
Yeah, it's a Shakespearean play.
There has to be some kind of correlation.
There's a sex joke in there somewhere. I know this community.
Othello taking a little bit of Metamidian fire. Not too bad, though. It looks like they've patched most of their ship back together. Thank You, Caroline, coming in right behind the IKEA. Oh, dear. Metamidian fire focusing down the already damaged IKEA. Outer hull has gone down. Perma hull taking a lot of damage.
You could see Caroline didn't want to commit to that ram, so he just kind of slowed up there and laid in his mortar. Sometimes that is much better than ramming.
Deadpool Airlines coming in to try and support the IKEA, taking some damage against the Caroline, but it's too much! Too much. And Deadpool Airlines loses their second ship of the match.
And that engine's going to clip the canyon again, and there goes Othello's arcs. As he's actually doing a pretty good job of evading, and now Thank You Caroline's going to have open season on the back of Deadpool's ship.
Again, apologies for the slight loss of frame rates of a connection here, guys. We're doing our best all together. Normally, Rob is the one operating the camera, but he is out of town today. So it's just me, Papa too, but controls are all mine.
Rob.
God damn it, Rob. Thank You, Caroline takes out the Deadpool Airlines 3-1, now in favor of the Merry Thralls team. You don't normally see them in tournaments together. Is this their first time showing up as a singular team?
As far as I know, I think they might have alliance through a couple Sunday Rumbles. I'm not entirely certain, so don't quote me on that. If you want to know someone who knows like all the teams' histories when they've played together, you talk to Brick.
Brick Hardcastle is the local expert.
He is the anthropologist of Goyle clans and teams.
Once again, folks, this is the second game in this matchup. The Merry Thralls won the Periton Rumble as the first game. Merry Thralls, I keep wanting to say Glowwater Thralls because it's their actual team name. Merry Thralls are circling around where the Deadpool army is at. I do believe a spot might have almost gone out against the Othello. Deadpool Airlines certainly knows exactly where they are. Flare going out to light up the area between the two ships. Deadpool Airlines is in a very bad spot right now. IKEA is not in range.
Very nice flying from blue team. They almost connected, and if that happens, then you know that can spell certain death sometimes.
Oh my God, Deadpool army!
He hit the thing, didn't he? I think he was carousing backwards, and he tapped the geometry.
That is brutal. Brutal focused fire, and it looks like this one is going the Merry Thralls way as well. Wow.
As you hear the gavel slam down.
Absolutely brutal work on the part of the Merry Thralls. Congratulations, Merry Thralls. Amazing victory. 5-1 against Deadpool Airlines. That puts that match in favor of them, and they will move on in the tournament.
Very consistent play from them, using that goldfish very well.